I know. Listen, insert your shocked gasps here. You gotta believe me, it's not my fault. I have not completed some of the more favored book series of our time. I just couldn't do it. I'm here to confess why I did not finish them. I don't deserve to be put in jail for what I've done, but I can understand why some people might be upset at some of the books on this list. I'm just gonna start off with the one my mother is probably gonna be most shocked about. I have, in fact, never completed the entirety of the Harry Potter series. Oopsie! My bad! And if for some reason you don't know what the Harry Potter series are about, I'll give you a quick little rundown. It's about this kid called Harry Potter. He finds out that he is a wizard and is famous for surviving a murder attempt as a baby that left him orphaned. Then he goes to magical wizarding school, finds out the dude who killed his parents is in fact still alive and would like to finish the job. Evil madman is a wizard racist. War happens. Da-da-da. Is that a good enough summary? That's what I'm going with. I made it up to the Goblet of Fire, finished Goblet of Fire, enjoyed it, enjoyed all books that I'd read up to that point. I was like, oh my gosh, Voldemort's back. He's been resurrected. And then I just never opened another Harry Potter book again. Actually, that is a lie. I rebought the series in French, started to read them from the first book, made it to the Goblet of Fire, didn't even finish reading them in French. Huh? Listen, I have no explanation. I just never picked it up again. I finished the movies. I don't know if it was my commitment issues kicking in or what it was, but I think it's been probably around a decade since I last read a Harry Potter book. But I feel like this is a series that I will finish. I feel like I have to finish it, kind of. I feel in my bones my mom wants me to finish this series, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. That's the other thing. I know I'm gonna like it. It's popular for a reason. So many other people have liked it. I just have to pick it up and just read it. So this one is on my list of books to finish. Moving on. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas is essentially about this girl called Farah who kills a wolf who's actually a fairy, and then she is whisked off to fairyland. It's not called fairyland, but I'm pretty sure there's only fairies there. It's very Beauty and the Beast, or the first book is at least, but a little less PG and a little more like backyard orgy situation. There are bad fairies. That's all you're getting. So this one I feel like the girlies are going to be divided on. They're going to be a little sad about it. I know this was very popular on Book Talk when I still had a TikTok. I imagine it still is. And I have friends that are waiting on me to finish this series. Listen, I read the first book at the recommendation of my friend when we were on vacation. And then I didn't have the second book to immediately follow it up with. Before she had me read the book, she said, there's a riddle at the end of the book. You gotta try and guess it and see what it is. And I was like, it's a romance book. The answer is probably love. The answer was love. Listen, the book was fine. I'm not hating on it. I read it. Obviously, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't wowed. I was like, where's the hype coming from? Then I found out, apparently the books get better as you go, but I just haven't picked up the second book to let the books get better. Now I feel like I'm either going to have to reread the first book or look at a Cliff Notes version of it before I continue the series, which this one has already been decided for me by friends that I am continuing the series. Listen, the girlies on the internet love it. I'm just a girly. Surely I'm also going to enjoy it. I normally do audiobooks, but I don't think this is a book I can listen to as an audiobook. Some books are better off never having the phrases read in them aloud. You know what I'm saying? The selection is this girl, I'm pretty sure her name is America. I feel like I remember her name being something stupid like America. Or am I thinking of a different show? Don't quote me on that show, book. Don't quote me on that. It's essentially a la Bachelor, but 35 girls are all trying to woo the prince. And of course there's drama because it's 35 girls fighting over one guy. Yeah, it is what it sounds like, okay? The selection. I actually made it to book 3 in this series, as in I completed book 3. I won't lie, when I was reading it, I'm straight up, this is trash. This is trashy. It's good trash, It was like the potato chip of the book world. You're eating it, you know it's not good for you, but you're enjoying yourself and you're eating it anyways. And I think the reason I stopped is because I had enough of greasy chips at that time and I needed to eat the bookish equivalent of a vegetable. I'm not sure if this series is something I would pick up again, unless I was having a reading slump because they were really quick to get through and fast to pick up. Very trashy. Like, you know what you're getting with them. It's not like you're reading some sort of theory book, right? But that's not to say I didn't enjoy myself. Books can be bad and still good. The next book I'll be brief about is Maze Runner. The Maze Runner, in short, is essentially a bunch of teens wake up in a maze and they have absolutely no... Teens, wake up, maze, no memory, try to escape. Dystopian world. Dun dun dun. This series was very popular in the day. Personally, I enjoyed the first book. I thought it was good. And then I picked up the second book and I was not invested. I don't know if I had just been through a lot of like dystopian books at the time, but something about it just was not doing it for me. I know it was very popular, but I felt like, I don't know if I didn't connect to the characters or I didn't feel like there was enough progression. But sometimes when I read like a dystopian book, I only want to stand alone. You know, like I just want a taste of the world and that's enough. I don't want to see you try and fix it. You know, I just want to see how they survive within the system that they're put in because sometimes you can't fix the system. Sometimes you can't escape it. Which is perhaps, now that I say that aloud, a little bleak. Bit of a bleak outlook, I will admit. But sometimes I just want a taste of whatever fucked up world they're in, and then I just want to close the book and leave it be. I kept thinking as I was going through the second book, maybe it'll get better. Maybe I'll enjoy myself more. And I never did. This next one is also going to be a little controversial, but I did not finish the Hunger Games series. Essentially, the Hunger Games is about this girl called Katniss Everdeen, and she works and lives in District 12. Actually, she doesn't have a job. She just poaches things. I'm pretty sure she doesn't work. Why didn't she just get a job? She probably couldn't get a job. She's just like me, except her government forces her to fight in like a 1v1v1. You get it, 1v1. I can't keep going. Deathmatch, which she wins, and then the government got such good ad revenue from it. They're like, fuck, what if we did it again? Nice. It was so popular, especially when it was first coming out. I read the first book. And much like The Maze Runner, I did enjoy it. I liked the first book. And then I accidentally picked up the third book to read instead of the second. I was very confused. I was like, who are these characters? Where are they? What happened? And then by the time I realized I had picked up the third book, I went back to start the second book and I was trying to read it and I just wasn't into it. I'm like, I'm confused. I'm off put. Something is amiss. This one might be more my fault than the book's fault, I will say, potentially. That might be my bad. But at that point, I just couldn't get into it. And I also know there's a book and a movie out called A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I am interested in reading that one. So I have two options. Either I try and get through the whole series again, or like just the second and third books, and then I read A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Or I might just go back and read A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes first, and maybe that will get me more in the zone, like the mindset and the motivation to read the second and third books in the Hunger Games. But we'll see. I might just go watch the movie. No, I'll read the book. I think that one would actually do well as an audiobook, so maybe when I listen to the Hunger Games books, I'll listen to them while I'm going on my evening walks or something. That might be the move. But the Hawthorne Legacy is about this girl called Avery Grams. Yeah, Avery Grams, and she essentially inherits like a billionaire's wealth, but she has to live in his house to get it, and like his three grandsons that are all vaguely around her age and likely attractive are there, and she has to solve puzzles. But obviously, somebody doesn't want her to get the inheritance. Now, I actually did listen to this series as an audiobook while I was driving, and I got through the first two books. I really enjoyed them, I think. No, I did enjoy them. They were pretty fast-paced, and as an audiobook, like, I just flew through them. I have no reason for not finishing the third one. In fact, I think I started it. Or is there 4? Or is there 3? However many books there are, I'm on the last one. Why do I feel like there's more than 3 now? Maybe I'm just hallucinating it. But I'm almost done. I absolutely blame this one on my commitment issues. Not sure if I'm going to finish the series. Part of the fun was all the puzzles, and I've been out of the game with this series. It'll be a toss-up. Maybe if I'm trying to get out of a book slump, a little reading slump, I might haul this one up again, just to finish the series, but I make no promises. I've come all the way back here for this one because I know some people felt very strong things about this series, probably not as much as A Court of Thorns and Roses, but there was a very popular book series back in the day called Shatter Me. The Shatter Me series is essentially about this girl called Juliet who can, like, kill people with one touch, a la Shigaraki from My Hero Academia, except I don't think they dissolve. So they lock her up and are like, damn, we should use this girl as a weapon. Because I don't know, that's what the government would probably do if they could find someone who could kill people with one touch. They've certainly locked people up for less. Like, there's romance in it. And it had like a giant eye on the covers. And I didn't like it. I think that's the first time I've said that in this video, but I did not like it. Listen. I had a hard time even getting through the first book. I didn't get it. I don't know why I didn't get into it. I don't know if I'd been reading a lot of the same books, but I couldn't do it. I'd only heard great things, and then I was so disappointed. I just think that maybe it's not a series for me. I don't know if it was the writing, if it was the character, if it was the idea. I remember like I had a hard time getting through it, and then I got to the end of the book and I was like, oh, so it's the X-Men. I already have the X-Men. I have a very good version of the X-Men, and I had a hard time getting through this book. So why would I read another book that's essentially the X-Men that I have a hard time going through? You know, maybe you don't. Maybe this one's a little more controversial. Has this ever happened to you? There's a book series everyone's raving about. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so good, and you want to like it, and you want to enjoy it, and you want to be just as excited and like talk with everyone about it, and then you don't like it, and then you're like sad. That's honestly one of the real reasons I stopped buying so many books, is because I'd buy books and then I wouldn't like them, and I'd be like, I don't want to give this to somebody else because I didn't even like the book. Now I know people have different tastes, so you can find someone else who might enjoy the book. But when I'm gifting somebody a book, I kind of feel like I'm being like, hey, I liked this book. Maybe you might like it. Not, man, this book was not for me. Hopefully you like this slop. Not that the book was slop. Okay, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. You tell me, am I being too harsh on Shatter Me? Should I give it another go? This is the skin of a killer, Bella. I'm also under the desk for this one because I am a little ashamed. I read the first Outlander book in my senior year of high school. I asked my mom about it. I saw it had been popular online, and she was like, yeah, sure, read it, go for it. Did not realize there was sex in it until I was like at work reading it, and one of my co-workers asked me what I was reading, and I've never closed a book so fast in my life because I was mortified. And you know what? I really liked the first book. I love a little bit of portal fiction, like an isekai, time travel. I love everything about it. So up my alley. The reason I did not read any of the other books is because in my infinite wisdom in high school, I was like, Claire's kind of old. She got a kid. She got a full husband. Because they get older as the books go, because people age. And in high school, I was like, ooh, yucky. Adults, yuck, ew. She wasn't that old, though. I'm like, she's not that old, though. I'm embarrassed. I did enjoy the first book. I'll probably pick up the others. I don't know if it'll be immediately or this year, or if I'll listen to them as an audiobook, or what I'll do, but those are ones I will read again because I do like a little time travel, portal fiction romance. You know what I'm saying? Actually, tell me what books I should finish reading if I'm missing out on any good book series. Ouch! Ooh! Ah, ouch! This is the pits. That is the universe punishing me. Oh, that hurt. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, stick around if you liked the video. Leave a comment. Let me know about the books. I'm covered in husky hair. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!